How do I make it dual screen? I want to make it. Yeah. All right, there you go. Okay, cool. So I just hit the record, but I'll post edit.
Perfect.
Renato, yeah, man. So we're just getting together. I just want to discuss a little bit about yourself, your diving career, and
Yes.
I'm still kind of um, narrowing down the focus of what this video podcast is, the real aim and goal is, but it's really about exploring unconventional ways of making a life or making a career by being in the ocean. So obviously you're a dive instructor. I'm a dive instructor as well. And I just wanted to explore kind of what you do, how you got into the industry. Yeah, and you're in Koh Tao right now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm in Koh Tao right now. I am in the industry or in the diving since 2013, more or less. So 7 years, almost
Okay,
eight.
cool.
Before previous, I used to work in advertising agencies in Brazil, where I'm
Oh
from.
yeah, okay. Like marketing then, marketing advertising.
Yeah, I used to do basically. My position in that case was analyzing statistics for advertising. So to see the target and where to put the money to get a better
Yeah,
ROI,
yeah,
return
yeah,
of
yeah.
investment.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so basically was
What
that
was
job I
your
was doing.
what were you running advertisements on? Like Facebook ads?
Uh, kind of. I was before the boom of the internet, not the boom of the internet, but the social media was not that strong in the
Okay.
media split in that time.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was doing a lot of TV
Okay. So you
and
were
also,
like like before social media. Okay, interesting. That's cool.
yeah, because I work from, I would say, in advertising from 2004 to 2012.
Yeah.
So like there was like we used to have a little bit of the percent in social media and internet, but it was not a big thing yet.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
in Brazil, the advertising model is that the advertising agents decides the media.
Okay.
So we were doing most of the time 30 seconds on the TV
Yeah. Like
and like
commercials. Yeah.
commercials and
Yeah.
everything else, but so possibly 60% of the budget was TV. So that was what I was doing until 2012. Then I had a bit of money and I was in that moment, should I go traveling? Should I see what the world looks like?
Yeah.
I went traveling and I was a very open water diver for at least 3 years, but I was only diving a couple of times a year just for fun.
Hmm.
But during the traveling, I I decided to do my dive master.
Cool. Where did you do your DM?
I did in Koh Tao,
Okay, so you did.
actually.
Where did you do your advanced?
I did my advanced in Brazil and my open
Okay.
water in Brazil.
Your rescue
And
DM
the rescue DM and instructor in Koh
in
Tao.
Koh Tao? Okay.
Yes. So
Cool.
like, is this actually the same company I work for now?
Oh
So
wow. All right. You
yeah,
went to zero to hero. Well, not zero,
yeah.
but yeah, that's pretty cool.
But like I left there and I went to work in South Africa as well
Okay.
as an instructor. I work in PP as an
Mm.
instructor,
How long?
and
How long did you work in PP?
I work in PP for around 6 months.
Okay. I think I saw it on your Facebook. Sea frogs.
Yeah, Sea Frog,
Yeah. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. So I worked for them. I worked for them.
Ah, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know Flo.
Yeah, I know Floyd. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
cool, man. So I want to talk to you about a little bit later. I did my advanced through my DM in CoPP. And then I did my IDC in Utila, Honduras, actually.
Yes.
So a little bit later on, I'm going to ask you some questions about, Koh Tao, CoPP, some Thailand stuff.
For
But
sure.
give me a little bit more about okay, so how long have you been in Koh Tao then? Since 2013, so 7 years?
Basically, not because once I graduate, first I work as a dive master for 7 months. That
Yeah.
is a hard job, if I can say to people, because it's hard to do the ends meet as a dive master.
Yeah.
Um,
I used to, so when I was a DM, I was a DM in Koh PP. I also used to in the evenings hand out flyers for a bar.
mhm.
And that was for me so a lot of fun. Like I loved it actually. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, yeah, it's amazing life experience
Yeah.
and works a lot and you
Yeah.
enjoy. So
Yeah.
I was doing all the fun dives from the dive school that I
Hmm.
work. I was doing as a dive master. But after 7 months working as a dive master, I realized I need to take a step forward, and then I did the instructor.
Hmm.
And I had 1 year break of diving. I did live 1 year in New Zealand, where I was
Hmm.
working as a support giver for kids with autism. Nothing related in a point. Uh, so like right now I'm in Koh Tao for the last at least 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, the rest of the time I was still traveling, like when I become instructor, my goal was to travel, and I say, okay, I don't want to stay here stuck.
Yeah.
So yeah, between South Africa, Thailand, Brazil, New Zealand, Europe. So mainly working in diving, Brazil, South Africa, and Thailand are the three countries that I've been
So
working
in
with.
Thailand, what kind of visa do you have?
I have a work permit,
Oh, you got a work
and
permit.
yes,
Okay.
non-B. And,
You're not doing so. You, how long do you have to do visa runs for?
um, like there is, I've been through two kinds of work visa, work permits. And the first one I need to do every 3 months a visa run anyway,
Yeah.
but it was still guaranteed that I was going on, coming back, no problem.
Okay.
Okay. But last year, once I graduate as instructor trainer, they give me the 1 year. So every year I renew, but yeah, I need to do a visa run every year.
And your does your shop help you organize that visa?
Yeah, basically,
Yeah.
we split the cost 50-50. So they pay
Okay.
50,
Cool.
I pay 50,
Yeah,
and
that's good. Yeah, because I mean in Thailand. Oh, what's immigration like in Koh Tao?
the immigration quota, they don't appear so much, gonna be
Okay.
honest, like
Yeah.
compared with PP probably. So doesn't have that much problems. Sometimes they come around and people just turn over the t-shirts, so there's no logos, things like that.
Okay.
But
Yeah. Tell me.
since I have the 1 year visa, they come one time to the shop and
No
and
problem.
pick the work visa open and took a photo, like
Yeah.
they they love group pictures and things like that.
Yeah. All right. So tell me, Koh Tao versus Koh PP. Tell me talk to me about both good and bad, and we'll go from Koh Tao versus Koh PP as a dive instructor working.
Okay. Uh, Maybe COPP, there is a lot of dive centers and Koh Tao as well. I'm gonna tell the experience that I have there. The thing in COPP that I feel is really day by day business.
Okay.
So you need to be there in the front of the shop in booking people.
Yeah.
If not, you're probably not gonna dive the next day.
Yeah. You have to be. Yeah. You're right. You have to be a good booker. Yeah.
Yeah. That was not a big problem I could book, but I kind of get tired of this needing to be there all the time and
Right.
seeing what
So
things going on.
if I can just jump in real quick. So in
Yeah,
CoPP,
for
when we
sure.
talk about booking, booking means, and this should essentially being kind of like a salesperson in your dive shop, sitting in the shop, because in CoPP you have a lot of people, basically a lot of tourists. It's an island where there's no cars, there's no motorcycles, so people are walking around everywhere. And the job, even if you're an instructor, you have to sit in the shop and you have to book customers. You have to talk to them, approach them, get them to come into the shop, talk to them about the scuba diving, and sign them up to go diving, and you get a commission. So that's a huge part in CoPP about with dive instructors.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. The shop that we actually work, both of us, mainly when I was there, you are scheduled for 4 hours at least in the shop,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
10 to 2, 2 to 6, or 6 to 10. And that, that was a big point. But I like PPs, not that I don't like. I think the island become too small for me
Yeah.
since
Small island.
my wife, in that moment, my girlfriend, she's not a dive professional.
Ah. Okay.
uh, and the work for her was super limited,
Yeah. For
so
sure.
that
There's
basically there
nothing
was
that. Yeah.
nothing to do. Exactly.
If you want
In
to,
Koh Tao,
yeah. Okay. Tell me about Koh Tao.
Koh Tao, she had more options.
Hmm.
So she being a babysitter, she went to be a caregiver or teacher for small kids in the school, because there is two international schools in Koh Tao. So for
Oh
long
wow. Okay.
term,
Yeah.
I would say Koh Tao, if you want to make a life as a dive instructor, it suits better. Depends
Okay.
of the kind of person, of course. In my case, suits better because I want a little bit more comfortable. So the house in Koh Tao, there is kitchen, things that in
Yeah.
PP is hard to have a
Yeah. You don't. Yeah.
kitchen.
Yeah.
Uh, so all this, and the dive shops in PP close really late.
Yeah.
10 p.m. for me is really late.
Okay.
In some point. And in Koh
Yeah.
Tao, the
Okay.
shops close at 6 p.m., 7. After you still have kind of social activities with your students, maybe feel the dive log, but I normally go home at 7:30, maybe something like that.
Okay.
In PPM,
Yeah.
you need mandatory, you'll be there at 10 to see what is gonna happen next day.
The next day. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So, and right now the price difference is not so big, but when I come first time in Koh Tao, the open water was way cheaper
Mm-hmm.
than in the rest of Thailand. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so Koh Tao, as an instructor, I really like to teach course, not only fun diving or even doing tri scubas. So in Koh
Mm-hmm.
Tao, uh, in a good month, sometimes I have 40 certifications, and in the end of the year, being able to certify 300 people was not the case in PP. I
Yeah.
remember in PP, in 5 months that I was there, I was certifying around 16 people. The rest of the time I was diving, doing
DSTs.
tri scubas, exactly. But I was not certifying,
Yeah.
So it was totally different experience.
Uh-huh.
And so the dive schools in Koh Tao having a booking system prior the arriving of the customer. So
Okay. Yeah.
of course you're still trying to get people, but it's not the same as being sitting in the shop. So that was probably the main reason and things like that. Not that I am against it. I think I was just getting old. Probably if you are a dive instructor between your 20s and 30s, uh, and you like a little bit the party and the social aspect, PP is gonna be amazing, and you're gonna be the king.
Yeah, it is definitely fun. I was younger when I did my dive masters in PP. Cool. Thank you for sharing your experience. So tell me a little bit more about what you do in Koh Tao other than diving, because you also mentioned you are doing some conservation reef kind of stuff.
Yep. Basically, actually, it's not so long time ago, but I'm part of an organization called Salt Warriors. That some of my DMs from last year, they were already doing this conservation program, and we organize cleanups and talks. So there is a lot going on in around the dive shop, and the dive shop I work, we kind of have a social calendar thing like that. It is funny because I work in a dive shop called Pura Vida. 80% of or 85% of the clients are Spanish speakers.
Oh yeah, I was going to
Uh,
ask you that actually. So do you teach you're from Brazil, so do you teach
yeah,
mostly like Brazilian students? Is that your
I'm
kind of your niche?
actually my niche is are Spanish and Argentinian and Chile students because
Okay.
most of the courses are in Spanish. I do
Okay.
teach, of course, Brazilian students, but actually the Brazilian tourism in Thailand is really concentrated in PP.
Oh yeah?
So yeah, really concentrated in PP. So when I was working in PP, I basically work in Portuguese.
Yeah. Okay.
And now I work
Huh.
in Koh Tao, I basically work in Spanish.
Why? I wonder why it's so concentrated in PP. Interesting.
I would say that is the marketing stuff. Like
Yeah.
there is a lot of companies selling PP for Brazilians, you know.
Oh,
There
okay.
is
Okay.
a, a dive school or a concentration of instructors called PP Brazuca that they really sell well, and the party environment attract a lot of
Yeah.
Brazilians as well.
Yeah.
not not lying about
Yeah.
that.
Kotel has got. So what is so like CoPP is when I was there. Let's say high season, like December through May, of course, you get Europeans, but very like Scandinavian, right? So you get this like
Yeah.
a lot of Swedish. So I know PP's got a very strong Swedish concentration. You get, of course, South Americans. When I was there, so I was there, I mean, 10 years, when I did my DM like 10 years ago. So Brazil, there wasn't like a huge concentration of Brazilians, but they were starting to get there. What's it like in Kotel?
Uh, Koh Tao is a mix of a lot of clients, and it's funny because the most successful dive business in Koh Tao, they are concentrating a niche of nationality.
Okay,
So
yeah. They
we,
go after, yeah. They don't go for all nationalities. They go for like
yeah,
specific, I mean, yeah.
exactly. Like we, Pura Vida, we are Spanish.
Yeah.
Like 85% you go there are Spanish,
Mhm.
even not Argentina, it's not Chile. And the rest can be from South America, but basically Spanish from Spain.
Speaking.
Then they're gonna have French keys. They obviously go for French,
Mm.
and so and go. So it's not so small as PP. It's not big, true, but because I'm so inside of my dive center that I only see Spanish speakers.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
It is funny because it's the kind of the 2-3 streets around my dive center. It's all the Spanish speakers concentrated a little bit,
Okay.
like the hostels they are speaking Spanish and everything like that. Like a
Yeah.
Spanish
Huh.
town in the middle of Koh
Interesting.
Tao.
Hey, what's your Wi-Fi like?
What? Sorry.
What's your Wi-Fi like? Your internet speed?
Uh, in Koh Tao,
Hmm.
not so good.
What? But you can have. We're having a conversation on Zoom, so it can't be that bad,
Yeah, I actually don't know, to be honest,
huh?
like how is the which speed I have or anything like that.
Okay.
Right now, I can use Zoom in Koh Tao. I say to you that I was using Zoom to teach course. I was doing nitrox course and things like that.
Yeah.
Right now I'm in Samui,
Okay.
okay, the neighborhood island,
Yeah.
because I'm I almost gonna have a baby. My wife is pregnant, so probably in 1 week or 2 weeks.
Cool.
So we're gonna be three. So we are waiting here because the hospital is better.
Yeah. Congratulations. Oh,
Thank
soon.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, that's
Thank you
cool.
very
Exciting,
much.
huh? What's your?
Yeah.
Can I ask you? Okay. Can I ask you? You're about to have a. So you're about to have a kid.
Yeah.
Where do you see taking this dive career further? Do you continue? Do you see yourself being able to kind of live where you are in Thailand with a child, working in being in the dive industry?
I do believe we don't have a big plan, but the plan right now is to stay here at least years, come
Okay.
3 4 years, when the kids still don't need a school, like
Yeah.
still small enough to be around. After that, most likely be settled down somewhere. We don't have a place yet, but then probably would be starting our own diving business.
Ah.
Slash
Okay.
guest
So
house.
okay. So you want to start your own dive shop?
Most likely in the future, yes.
Hmm. Okay.
So
Interesting.
I think there's a lot of fear in diving. What you're gonna do after you get old and things like that. And
So actually, yeah. So one of the aims of this video podcast is, and a lot of people who I want to interview, is because just that problem, right? Is so for example, I became a dive instructor in my late 20s, and I have like I also had a business in Southeast Asia, but a lot of dive instructors they're dive instructors, and it's great in Asia when you're young. Like it's the most fun thing I believe you can. It's just so much fun, right? But as
yeah,
you get older, as a dive instructor, you work a lot, and at first, of course, you don't care about the work because you're young, you have energy, and it's so much fun. But after you go like to, I don't know, just for a long time, and then you start talking about, oh, I need a dry day or like a day not in the water, right? And you need to take a break, and then it's like, and then a lot of people go back home or go back to Europe, wherever they're from, and they get a real job. But when they get a real job, it's like they miss the life of diving because being in the water is like a passion, right? You do it for fun, but of course, when you go back to diving, you kind of complain because it doesn't pay a lot and it's not really like a stable career-wise kind of stuff. So one of the goals that I really want to bring value to people who might be interested in listening is ways to keep your ways to maintain a career in the ocean, whether it be scuba diving or it doesn't have to be scuba diving. It could be, I want to look into like marketing. So for me, I'm a dive instructor, but I freelance. But I also
yeah,
work on the internet. Like I do marketing, right? And so I'm able to live pretty well, but not be a dive instructor. And so I want to
for sure.
find, this intersect of how you could still have this passion and be by the ocean, but live well.
It's a very complicated subject, gonna be honest,
Hmm.
because once you are an instructor or once you are in the diving career, uh, depends of your background and where you come from, you are use it for a certain kind of salary or lifestyle that sometimes the
Okay.
dive not gonna give to you. Why?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
most of the diving industry are in underdevelopment countries. You cannot expect being in Thailand and have a salary of a European. That sometimes
Yeah.
happen.
True. Hmm.
Yeah, but I see a lot of people giving up,
Mm-hmm.
and most of the instructors, I don't really have the percent and the statistics here, but most of the instructors give up or leave in the first 2 years.
Yeah.
They have 2 years, nice, amazing, and I hate this expression. Go back to the real life. because you
Yeah,
say, come on,
it's
this
true.
this is my life for 10 years and it is real life, okay? But whatever they wanna, but it is true. And I think it's maybe a lacking of trying to get on. Right now, I agree with you. I need dry days. And I do have dry days because I arrive in a point of my career that I am able to train instructors.
Yeah, you're not a course director though.
I am a course director for SSI. It's the same
Okay.
name.
Yeah, gotcha.
Is
Yeah.
instructor trainer is for SSI and course director is for PADI.
Yeah, okay, cool. No, I'm actually SSI, so
Ah, cool.
gotcha.
So I am an instructor trainer, and so I have some dry days. I say that this is what I think was one of the. I know that is not so easy to get, maybe, but one of the widest decisions that I have was to go on with my career
Okay,
and not
and
only teach these 3 4 courses that you do all the time, to
yeah,
expand the range and go for other things.
yeah.
There's other ways to work with diving. You know, there is a lot of people doing a great job as a trip leader. I
A
don't know
trip
if
leader,
you,
okay. What's a
yeah,
trip leader?
trip leader. I have some friends that doing in Spain. They don't not. They are instructors. They work as instructors. They build up like some clients, and sometimes there are not so much. There are 30, 40 people that you organize trips and you talk with liveaboards or resorts and things like that. I'm coming with 8, 10 people, and you kind of a travel agents,
Yeah.
but you get to go diving, you get to do your stuff, and you get to teach course. Because
Hmm.
then if someone booked some liveaboards for you to Egypt, and in the end you say, hey, for this amount of money, you need to do the nitrox before because you
Yeah.
know you're going to enjoy a lot, and you are the
That
owner of the thing.
yeah, you okay. It's almost like being an independent travel agency and running your own dive trips. Hey, can you introduce me or connect with me to some of your trip leader friends?
Yeah, I can try. I'm gonna ask them and see if some. Problem is some of them don't speak English. I'm gonna need to think a little bit
They're mostly all
more
Spanish.
Spanish, but I'm gonna think and I can try to introduce you.
If you
But
know
yeah,
anyone who can,
I think is sort of that, you know, and I think people get really frustrating with diving in the not the beginning because they fall in love, but
yeah,
the third or fourth year they get really
yeah,
frustrated because
uh-huh,
I don't know nobody that are super young that become instructor. I know that some people that are 22 or 21 that UK
yeah,
is really young. Maybe they even didn't get done the university yet, so they're gonna come back to normal life. But like me or like you, I was 25. That in Brazil you can be considered old
okay.
because I was already working with advertising 8 years. So I
Wow,
was
yeah,
already having a career, you know. I already
mm,
have done my graduation. I already have done my university degree. So I was done, ready to settle down, you know, some point.
yeah,
And so it's hard because it's not your first job. You need to start over again, and you are in a hurry, you know. And but in one point, I think it depends where you are in your lifestyle. I think you can survive. You can possibly make some savings, and if you're interested in going on and going on, depends.
yeah,
Manager or the course director, instructor trainer, or finding a niche like you do marketing.
yeah, yeah.
And I can be hard. I don't know how you do, but thinking my lifestyle in Koh Tao, if I have a second job, I don't know if I could handle
Okay. You
because
how busy is your life? I like how like being an instructor trainer. I don't want to ask how many hours a week do you work, but it's more like
I don't ask that.
yeah. I
But
mean, it's like because usually like for dive professionals, it's not really about how many hours. It's because you enjoy it.
no,
You know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, you got a lot. in a moment that you don't know some points when you are working and when you are not working, like because sometimes I'm hanging out in the shop with some students that slightly become my friends, and I don't know if I'm working or I'm just there because I want to be there, you know, mainly. But how we work every day basically. uh, you ask day off when you want. You go for 2 3 days, 1 week when you want, or 1 month, because we make money by commission. A lot of dive instructors are like
So
that.
commission per course you do. Not you don't make commission on sales.
uh, we do make a bit of commission on sale, but it's not really important. It's
Yeah.
like people that we bring by the internet, by Facebook or by
So if
WhatsApp.
you right, so if you kind of do your, it's almost like your own personal marketing, like your own, like if you have your
Yeah,
Facebook and then you're an instructor and you put it out, hey, I'm an instructor in Koh Tao. If you want to come diving with me, let me know. And then that person comes diving with the shop that you work at, you get commission for booking your colleague or your friend,
exactly.
I would say. Okay, yeah.
Yes. So, but we get commission by student, by course,
Yeah.
basically, based on that. But like the life is busy because the shop I work, Pura Vida, uh, 2 years in a row, 2017, 2018, 2019, they didn't say it, but we get by SSI the dive center with most certifications around South Asia,
Mm.
from recreational and professional level. So there is always things to be done.
Yeah. Are you how often are you doing the, I guess, IDC? Well, so I became a PADI dive instructor
Yeah.
first and I did a crossover. So I don't know what you would call the IDC and SSI, but how often do you do the course to train an instructor?
More or less, we have course every month,
Okay.
but we are 2 trainers, so we split. So basically, I do 6, 5 per year, and he do 5 or 6 per year.
And how do you guys get,
And
how do you get I guess your students, like online marketing, they just people that
well,
want to become
many
an
many
instructor?
many ways. Like basically, the brand is already well designed in Spain.
Okay.
So we actually already appear in couple of 3 TV programs in Spain. So a lot of
Hmm.
times when people come to Pura Vida, they already have or to Koh Tao, they already have the Pura Vida name in their head.
Okay, awesome.
Uh, of course, there is partners like travel agents in
Right.
Spain
Yeah. Uh-huh.
and around Bangkok or things like that that
Yeah.
bring people. Our professional students normally are people that fall in love during the process.
Yeah.
So they did the open water, they did the advanced, they get on, get on, get on. So
Right.
and they get over to the instructor, and
Instructor, and then they want to
basically,
become a.
yeah, the like basically 100% of our staff was graduated by ourselves.
Right. That's cool. That's good. That's awesome.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's easy. So you train the people or you train the staff the way you wanna from the beginning.
Yeah.
It's not impossible to get there as an instructor and start working,
Mm-hmm.
but there is a lot of people, and there is people every 2 months. There is a course, or every month in good golden years. Like, yeah, now I don't know how it's gonna be, but
Yeah. Okay. So tell me quickly. Sorry, we'll finish up. It's already
yeah,
40 minutes.
no
What's
problem.
happening in Koh Tao with this lockdown?
We are working
You're working?
since, yeah, since 10th of May we can dive.
Okay. But who are you diving with? Because is there tourists?
Really little, but there is some tourists. When I start the lockdown, what Thailand did was to give amnesty for tourists that were inside of the country. So everybody that was there, they have free visa until 31 of July.
Ah,
After 31 of July, we don't know what's gonna happen. But some people stuck it in Thailand. So for example, we have 4 DMTs that started after lockdown, the course. We have one that stayed.
yeah.
The moment when the lockdown starts, we have 20 DMTs in the moment.
Oh,
And
20 DMTs.
more, yes. The moment they decide to go home, most of them. We stay with 7, more or less, but we could not dive. It passed the first month and most of them left. Then we stay with 2 and arrived these other 4. So in the moment we were 6 during the lockdown, but one girl already finished. She went back home and go. So there is people stuck it and in the country. There is
Yeah.
expect that live in Thailand and do like I did open water last month. There was two girls that was English teachers in the public school in Ayutthaya for Thai
Yeah.
kids, but the school is closed, so they start traveling a little bit
Yeah.
around the country. So let's do the open water. So it's minimal. It's more we are working to keep us sane, you know, like to be able to dive. So like the business probably are not making money, but paying the bills, you know.
Yeah. But you're able to get into the water, like, so your boats are running and that's good. That's
exactly.
Cool.
So at least we are diving 4 times a week. So
that's really good, huh? So where I am right now, I'm in this place called Panglao, Bohol in the Philippines. It's a well-known free diving spot. It's also well-known for scuba diving. But right now, none of the dive shops are open. It's completely closed.
It's sad.
Yeah.
It's really sad. And in Koh Tao, we have this good luck for 2 reasons. Koh Tao is not inside of a national park.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, so the national parks is still closed. So in Pipi they cannot dive.
Ah, yeah, okay.
Because they dive in the national park. The national park's gonna open 1st of July. So we could start now in May, and it's probably the best season that we have is now. You know, like March, May, April, May, June.
Yeah,
it's great months to dive. So we're like, oh fuck, I'm gonna lose the best months.
Yeah.
So
I've never been diving in Koh Tao. Actually, so talking to you, it kind of makes me think, as long as the internet's good, I mean, shoot, maybe I'll go and check out Koh Tao. But the only problem is not a problem. I mean, it's not really a problem, but the visa, because I would go there as a tourist and it's only the 3 months. So doing the visa run when I was younger, like, okay, no problem. Just go to, from Phi Phi, I used to go to Penang just every 3 months. But like, it's just a hassle. You get the boat, then the bus, spend the night, get the visa, go back, and it's every 3 months. And I guess if I would have worked, but I wouldn't want to be an instructor full time, so I would have to figure out some kind of way. Yeah.
Like there is freelancing work in Koh Tao. There is 2-3 web pages that people post the jobs that the staff are not able to cover. So that is a possibility. You work online and you are looking the freelancing job and everything. So it is. And if you are the best, it's funny to say, but longer I stay in the industry, more I know that sometimes sounds like the best instructor is the one that bring their own clients. So if you're
Mhm.
able to pick someone around in the bars and say, hey, let's dive with me and everything, is of course everybody would give you the job, you know.
I used to do that in PP actually, but that was
Yeah,
me like younger going to the bars. And I used to work at bar. Like I used to, when I was doing
yeah.
my DMT, I used to promote, hand out flyers for a bar, you know. But now, like I definitely wouldn't be spending a lot of time in the bars.
It's very complicated. I
But
think you need to analyze the place and what you are looking for at the moment,
yeah,
and then
I'm pretty
you
happy
get.
where I'm pretty happy in the Philippines actually. Philippines is a good spot.
I need to go visit for sure. And I had a friend that was in the place you are now doing some free diving training. There's a free
Yeah,
diving academy or something like that.
it's free diving is. I think free diving is bigger here than scuba diving.
Okay.
Yeah, free dive academy. There's so many free diving schools. I'm thinking about maybe becoming a free diving instructor. We'll see. I don't know, but
It's opportunity. More you have, more you can offer, and
yeah,
it's,
it's a growing business as well. Like it's exploding.
yeah, sure. It's something nice, something new.
Yeah. Well, cool, Renato. Hey, thank you. It's already
Yeah,
45 minutes. It's quite a long time, but thanks for sharing your
no problem.
experience. You're really
Yeah.
experienced in the, teaching diving. You're teaching people to become instructors in diving. If can I get your like if I want to share some ways people can maybe find you, maybe if they want
Yeah.
to go to Koh Tao, go diving with you, what can I share with them?
First, I just built a website during this pandemic called
Oh yeah,
divingrenatoalves.com.
I looked at it. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or I use a lot my Instagram. That is also diving.renatoalves. So
Okay,
I think
I'll share those for
that would
sure.
be these two main medias that I use a lot
Okay,
to
I
help
will
people.
definitely, yeah, definitely share that for people to reach, ask about maybe any dive instructors out there who are thinking about Koh Tao. Koh Tao is, I think actually, it's always been number one, but I think Utila maybe passed them or something. But it's either Utila or Koh Tao that certifies
Uh,
the most amount of divers in the world. Yeah.
yeah, I think they always stay there in the line. So there's a plenty of movements. So Koh Tao is around 21 kilometers, square kilometers. So it's small, but there is more or less 80 dive schools. So
Hey,
there
that's a lot.
is a lot of dive schools around. So it's a diving world. So the good thing of Koh Tao, if I could say to someone starting the career or wanna
Mm-hmm.
develop the career,
Mm-hmm.
is that you're gonna be able to certify people. You're gonna be able to train different levels because there is a lot great of technical diver instructors. There is great course directors or instructor trainers, so you can get the next level. It's like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes when you are stuck in a small spot, maybe the dive is great, but your career don't advance it because you don't have reference. So Koh
Yeah.
Tao is a great place to have reference. So it's a nice spot,
Yeah, that's a good
and
spot.
everybody loves diving.
Yeah. The funny, it's funny because
They
when I was in CoPP,
everybody
you
hates
know,
Koh Tao.
yeah, because you always tell people if you go diving in Koh Tao, you're gonna see more divers and you're gonna see fish. So, but yeah,
Yeah,
so
and we when people are asking, we say now you're gonna be better trained in Koh Tao because everybody's about standards and blah blah blah. So
yeah, always gotta say something that makes your place look better. Yeah, cool, Renato. All
yeah,
right, hey, thanks for taking time and connecting with
no
me. I
problem.
will let you know when I put the video up if you want to share with your friends or if you can also
For
invite some
sure.
people to come and join. I think you join the group for people who are
Yeah, I
interested
joined the
in
group. Yes.
just invite anyone
Yeah.
who might be interested in the ocean career, really, whether it be scuba diving and what other ways to really advance the career in the ocean. So thanks for your time, Renato.
No problem. Thank you,
Thanks,
mate,
man.
and have a
I'll
good
keep in
night.
touch.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, have a nice evening. All right, goodbye.